What's going on, guys? Hope everybody's doing good out there, enjoying your weekend. So today we got a 2004 Dodge Grand Caravan. I've been called here because of drivability issues, some hesitation, some jerking when the car is being when the gas pedal is being pushed, and owner already took the car to a few different mechanics, and a bunch of things has been replaced. I'm not sure if he's like a whole bunch of different issues are not related to each other or not, but according to what he says, the car was at the mechanic for about 6 weeks, and the car came back and still can, the issue is still not fixed. This particular issue about the jerking of the car. So I came in and hooked up my scan tool, and immediately I saw a crankshaft sensor code, P0335. So immediately I recorded. There wasn't no what you call it, a freeze frame data. So I decided to clear the code. Then I came back, put it on position. The code didn't come back, but when you go to crank it, it takes a long time to crank, which is definitely a sign of a crank signal not being, there. So it takes definitely a while before the car can start. And then immediately I looked up a video because I didn't know where he was located in the vehicle. So I looked up a YouTube video and I seen it, and I went to definitely check the crankshaft sensor. Now, when I got here, I'm going to now switch the camera. So here we are. You have to remove the battery and the battery tray. As I said before, there's a YouTube video on that. It's very thorough. You can go ahead and figure out how to do these things. And then you can get to the crankshaft sensor. I'm trying to see if I can give you a good visual exactly where it's located. It's going to be underneath that exhaust. So this exhaust pipe here runs along the back of the engine, and when it makes that bend, if you look underneath, put the camera in there so you can get a good visual. Alright, just bear with me a little bit there. And there you go. You see it? Right there. You see those two holes? One is for the bolt, the other one is for the crankshaft. Well, let me see if I can give you a better picture than that. Let me just turn the camera around. It may be upside down, I'm not sure, but just for the sake of getting a good picture there, right there. So that would be the crankshaft position sensor location. Again, if I take it out slowly so you can reference where you are exactly in the car, right there. Right? So let's go back inside, underneath the exhaust, and you go around and boom, right there. Alright, so anyway, I had the man go and get a new one either way because I was trying to take it out and it kind of broke apart on me. As you see, it's completely tore. Whether it was the original fault or not, I'm not sure, because I just seen another issue, which is the connector. That's the connector right there, and as you can see, if the camera picks it up, the wires are stripped and they were actually melted together. Right there, you can see. So I asked the man to get the connector. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to get the wiring harness, and then we can splice up the wires properly. But if not, I'm going to try my best to isolate these wires and see where we go from there. But it could be that this was the problem, or it was a combination of both. Maybe the crankshaft is failing and it's drawing too much current, and because of that, that heat melted the wire, and eventually they were basically stuck together and causing a short circuit, so to speak. So yeah, right now I'm just waiting for the guy to come back, and we're going to install it, and hopefully he gets the wiring harness, because it's going to be really a good repair. If we do get that, I'm more comfortable with that kind of repair. But if we don't, we'll just figure out a way to take these wires, isolate them sufficiently to get a at least get it going, and then later on when we can sort out the wiring harness, we'll come back and do a proper repair. So that was it, guys. Today's Sunday, I guess, and Corona. Thankful for any job you can get during these times, because nobody's trying to spend money. So it's one of those things. But again, what are you gonna do? Okay, so customer just came back with the new one right there, part number 9K24. Somebody's interested, and also the wiring harness. I'm trying to put the part in the link for this thing right here. I think it's Dorman made part 445 or something like that. But I'm trying to, So right now I'm gonna go ahead and I got my that. I'm gonna go and try to fix it up. Let's do it. Okay, guys, just got done with the repair. Everything went well. Repaired the wire, installed the new part there. Couldn't record it. The customer's right here at the customer house. Kind of feel awkward doing that. But anyways, as you can see, before this, he had to replace all of that. People had him replace whole kinds of different things. But thankfully, when I removed that, I saw the wiring kind of a little bit sketchy. So that was that. So now we're going to go inside and check it and see how it cranks. All right, here we go. It starts right up. Yeah, I think we got to fix it. Before, when you step on the gas, it just really jerks a lot. But look at it. Smooth. All right, so that's that. The other issue we're having right now, is the freeze plug is leaky. So we're definitely going to have to address that. And also the oil pressure sensor. Those are the two issues there. One, I have a code for the oil pressure sensor. Not sure if the pressure sensor itself is bad or not. I'm not quite sure how to test it yet. It's a one wire sensor IC, so that means it's probably grounded through the body. I'm not sure how it really works. I'm going to do some research on it, and I will be back and test it out and make sure it's not the wiring, it's actually the sensor before we replace it. And also the freeze plug, which I've never done that job before. I'm sure there's plenty of tutorial online. I will go and try to figure it out. That's that. Thank you, guys. What's going on, guys? So we got a 06 Ultima 2.5 4-cylinder. We're doing a valve cover, not just the gasket. We're replacing the entire valve cover. Customer bought the valve cover, the ignition coils, and some new spark plugs. And as you can tell, yeah, the reason why I told her to buy this one, because it's made in plastic and it can definitely warp. So we decided to go ahead and just replace it. And also these spark plug wells, seals, they don't sell them separately. So overall, it's a good thing. So I'm sorry I can't really film it right now, but I'll just give you some before and after shots. So this is the old one, the new one is in a box. Just gonna take a look at it quickly here before we move on. Alright, so that's it there. Comes in with a brand new, of course, valve cover gasket. So basically plug and play. Also we got some good quality ignition coils. I think they're made by Spectra, so not the most expensive, but good enough. And then some NGK. Now, the reason why we're replacing the coils and everything else is that that's what they look like. That's how they came apart. So now I'll go try to remove the spark plug. Check it out. Look at that. So there you have it. So let me go ahead and get this done, and I'll update you when I'm finished putting it up together. Alright, so we finished the job now. As you can hear, it is purring like a kitten. Very smooth right now. Just a little bit of smoke coming out of the exhaust because of the oil that went inside the cylinder, but it'll clear out after some time. The next phase is to take it to the car wash and try to straighten up some all of this, the crud and the oil spill and all of this filth basically, and trying to make it look as aesthetically pleasing as possible. And that's about it, man. Strainer, I think they call it the VTC strainer. This is on a Honda 2003, that's my car. I had this mysterious oil leak after I fixed the VTEC leak and the valve cover gasket leak, and it was still leaking oil, and most of it was collecting behind the alternator, and it will eventually find its way around the alternator pulley and on a belt and just smear everywhere. So upon some research and YouTube videos, found out that this could be the culprit. I went to the car wash, washed it clean, and sure enough, look at the gasket, flat. So I got a new part from Dorman, mind you, a great company, because sometimes they're the only one with the parts you need, believe it or not. So that's where it goes. To get to it, there's plenty of videos to explain how to get to it. It's not easy. It literally took me, I don't know, 10 minutes to get to this point. So just remove the power steering pump, set it right there. Remove that hose right there from the power steering pump. It's not going to leak too much. Set it right there. Remove the tensioner right there, and boom. I mean, I'm kind of in a rush because I got a lot of work today. Otherwise, I would have made a tutorial video. I'm sorry, guys, but it's just going to be part of the vlog. It's going to be part of the vlog. So, just going to get some brake clean and clean behind there where it kind of ran down the oil. Just clean it up, and that's about it. Put the new. Oh, I'll show you the part number. Let's show you the part number in case somebody wants to go get it. Available at the store, Dorman. But you can go to Toyota, probably get, Toyota, Honda, if you want the original part. But this is the Dorman part. 917269 Dorman. VTEC gasket, they call it, but that's not the VTEC gasket. Make sure you differentiate between the two. Now, show you right now, so I can open it. All right. Right there. Right? I think it matches apart. What do you think? Alright guys, so I'm gonna put it back together and then we'll continue. Alright, so we got it back together. So far so good. I think we're gonna call this a fix. Total time, maybe half an hour. Okay, here we got a 2006 BMW 330i, and customer complaint. Smell of gas. I verified the complaint. It smells like it's coming from the rear. There's a strong smell inside the cabin, all over the cabin. So, just took the back seat out. As you can see, it's just like most cars, just pop it up. So this would be the driver's side. I know you can't smell it, but I can promise you it smells like gas all over this side right here. This side, nothing. This side, full of gas. It was even kind of damp. So what we're going to try to do is open up. This is where the assembly unit is. So we're going to open it up. See, maybe we have a loose fuel line or something, and whatever else we find out, we'll find out. And then we'll see if we can try to fix it for this customer. So I'll be right back. So we got it open, and guess what we see? You guessed it. Fuel all over the place here. Leaking from somewhere. I can't quite say where it's leaking from, but it's definitely, you can see this is all fuel. So I'm sure there's a crack somewhere in this conception. Oh, I see a hairline crack. You see that? Alright, let me just take off this cover. Just take off, I'm in the connector. Now that's stubborn. Golly, that's tough. Alright, let me give you a second. Let me take this off and then well, no, actually, you know what? I don't want to do that. I'm going to set you up here while I go try to start the car. You tell me where this thing is coming from. Well, I see multiple cracks actually. There's a few cracks. There's another one right there. You see right there? There's a crack right there. There's a crack right here. So yeah, we're going to have to replace the sending unit. No doubt about it. Or it could be coming from here, because this connection is kind of sketchy the way it's seating. So anyway, we're gonna know now exactly where it's coming from. Is it from the line? This connection is really, oh wow, look at that. This is broken. This is actually broken. It's not doing anything at all. It could be from the line. Let me see if I can set you somewhere where you can watch the show without being in my way. Hopefully you can see. But maybe it's not leaking from there. It looks like it's pretty secure in there anyway. Despite the fact that this is gross looking, it still doesn't seem like it's the problem. Alright, so I'm going to have to turn the car on. Let me just wipe this up. We're going to turn the car on and the pump should come on and we'll see where it's coming out of. If you can see right there, there's another crack there. So, where's the key here? I think the key is in ignition. That's that. Right there. So, let me set you up here. Let's see where it's coming from. Still can't see where it's coming from. Sorry about the noise. Oh yeah, I think I see it. You see that one right here? Yeah, I think I see it. Every time I wipe this up, that side right here, every time I wipe it up, it comes right back. Watch. Watch it. I'm gonna wipe dry. Alright, watch it carefully. I take the rag off. It's about to fill up. You see that? See that? See that? Hoo 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 hoo. That's the culprit right there. It's another crack. Alright, so either way, ain't no need to waste more time with this. We're gonna call the customer and figure out what they want to do. I think this sending unit costs about $200. That's online. Probably in the store way more than that. Most importantly, we got a diagnosis, right? The rest is just hopefully the easy part. Alright guys, so we'll see what they say. What's up guys? So we got that 2014 Chevy Cruze. Alright, so I was just watching a video from the Instagram mechanic last night, and he had an issue with this VVT. I mean not the VVT, the diaphragm there, which is a common problem. So this one has the same issue. We just replaced it with a new valve cover. There goes the old one right there. A few other problems. We're gonna have to replace the belt. As you see, it's chewed up. And also we're gonna replace the seals on the I think this would be the VVT. So yeah, the VVT actuator, they have a seal. It's a very easy job. That's the first time I'm doing it. Just took it out just now, as you see. Just 2 bolts, inverted Torx. Just took the air box out, nothing to it. It's just held on by grommets. You don't have to unscrew nothing, just pop it up once you take the hose off, of course, and then the duct. And that's about it. Take off the connector. It's just 2 bolts right there. This connector is facing this way. I mean, it's self-explanatory, so nothing to this job at all. They give you the seal for part number in case you're looking for that. Customer already got everything for me. We replaced both the seals and the belt. AC Delco, of course. So that's a part number right there if you're interested. Alright. I think it's the same part number for both sides. Same exact seal. So there you have it. I'm going to remove that one right there. Put the new one on. That one is not leaking, the one on the right side there. But I'm still going to replace it. Why not? And that's what it is. And then we get onto the belt, which people have already videos on it, so I'm not going to film that. Alright, so what do we got here? So that has been replaced. Brand new unit. Was a bit of a struggle to make it work. Looks like the lines were kind of clogged. Okay. So basically I had to take them off and blow through the line literally while opening the valve, just to kind of get some clearance, and put it back together, filled it up, and that's what it was. Or it could just be I have faulty equipment. Sometimes you can't trust your own equipment, be honest with you. Doing AC, that's what it taught me sometimes. Sometimes you got your own O-ring being stuck, you know, things are not coming out, you're not realizing it, and you fall, you know, anyway. So what's important is working now. Definitely, I got good pressures. High about 40, the high about 200, 250, low is about 40. Today is a hot day, so I'm pretty happy with that. But like I said, I would have been, I would advise to, when you're doing this type of AC job, especially replacing the compressor, and this is even in the manufacturer's warranty policy, that you replace also the condenser, and that you flush the lines, right? So when I took out the compressor, the lines, I see some black stuff around it. It wasn't caked, it wasn't gooey, but it's still there. So you got some type of metal shavings in there. They can be fine, but it's still in the system. So that, in combination with the compressor being extra cheap and not replacing any other part of the system, I think it was kind of working against us a little bit here. But you know, we found a way to overcome that, thank God. So now she's blowing cold, and yeah, oh yeah, blowing really cold now. So that's what it is. Just a follow-up video on that Jeep AC compressor swap. And if you have any questions and comments, put it in down below. I'll try to answer as fast as I can. Have a beautiful day. And hey, people talking about social distancing, right? Let me show you something quickly here about minorities and social distancing and how we do it. Watch this. Playing soccer. You see that? That's what people do. There you go. All right, man. I'm gone. Don't be paranoid again. Do not be paranoid. Let me see from here. Right there. Axle seal. Axle seal is leaking. You see it? Right there. No doubt about it. So that's a what is it? I gotta go to the dealership, get them parts. If we can find any information about the VIN number somewhere on this car. Wow. Okay. No VIN sticker, huh? What's up, guys? So with the back of the this is a 2010 or 11 Honda Civic. So we're doing a fuel pump job. Car's already been diagnosed by some other party, but you know what I like to do before I put anything on, just because I don't want to waste time. So when I came in, what I noticed, one of the pins on this thing is completely fried. If you can, hopefully the camera will be picking it up right there. So one of the pins was completely fried. So so this new pump, it's a new use pump basically, came with that because it's a junkyard situation, which I'm going to keep now. But I was going to splice up these things in case this connector wasn't working, because look at the connector, has some burn mark, right? But it still works. So I'm just going to show you, well, just a quick test before you put this new pump in. Say I don't want to go high tech. I got my scan tool, I got my test light, I got all of that, but I don't want to use it. What's the quickest way to determine if this pump is needed and if this pump is working, and if this wiring is intact despite that burn mark, right? Before I can get into some repairs and waste my time here. Quickest way to do it, simple, you know, take the new pump. If I can one-handed for you guys, your viewing pleasure, and connect, let me see where I'm at. Sorry guys. Alright, let me just take you out of the shot for 1 second. I got 2 hands there on it, right there. So I'm gonna connect the new pump. Now it's connected, right, to the burnt wire harness. It's not all burnt, but it has burn mark. I'm pretty sure it came from that pump there being bad. So now I'm gonna just turn the car into the on position. You can focus on that. Okay, I'm turning the car on. You heard that? Do it again. That's it. So the pump is definitely, and you can see the fuel actually shooting up. So case closed. We know the pump is functioning, this one, and the other one was bad. So it's now time to go ahead and take that off. Now there's videos on this on YouTube how to get to this point, as you can see. So I'm not going to make a video on that. There's plenty of video, actually good quality videos on how to get to this stage. Thank you guys. You got a 06 Chevy truck doing the knock sensor. So this was the intake removal, and I think there are videos on it. One A Auto channel has I think a pretty clear video on it, so not a bad job. Just a lot of pesky connectors. Also you will see how to remove them. My method was to take that little locking tab off first, you know, just put a pick there and just hook it onto it and just snatch it out of there, and then push the tab in like so, all the way in, and just take it out. Don't forget these holes right here. Mine was very difficult to take out, as you saw, so I'm gonna have to replace that. I got some tubing there. So now I'm waiting for the customer to bring a vacuum so we can vacuum all of this garbage out of here. I did blow prior to removing it, but as you saw, that did not prevent all this crap from getting down to the valley. So we're gonna do some vacuuming, cleaning up, make sure everything is nice and neat. Then we're gonna replace these two, which we ordered from Rock Auto. This is the wiring, comes with all of that. It's recommended to use some, sorry about the background noise, this guy decided to just mow the lawn just now. And these are the knock sensors that we bought also from Delphi from Rock Auto. So that's about it. So we're gonna put them on, put this new wiring on, take some silicone and silicone around the top of it, make sure it stays sealed up with no water can get down there. And that's it. And we got an auto sensor to do, which on this car is pretty easy. So that's the gist of it. But like I said, on the level of difficulty to get this manifold out, I would say If 5 is the most difficult, I will say 3. Yeah, 3. So let me spare you guys this pesky noise there. It's getting on my nerves. But what can you do? Been called here. It's a 2013 CRV. One of my regular customers here. So they're telling me the AC is not working. Just all of a sudden stopped working and began to blow hot air. So okay, I came in here. Preliminary check. Open up the hood. I wanted to just make sure I spin the clutch to make sure the shaft is turning inside. Make sure it's not seized up. Well, that test just failed. That compressor is completely seized up. But furthermore, as you can see by the stain that you see it's supposed to be all dusty. Well, look at those oily spots, right, all over. And you come this way, see what's going on there. Wet, right? So Freon all over the place there. Not only that, not Freon, actually, it's pag oil. Look at here. What do you see? Right? Metal shavings all over the place. Right, so basically a case of Black Death. Computer completely shot. I mean the compressor shot completely, seized up, metal shaving throughout the system. So we're gonna have to replace everything about the system, including a very painful job that I don't want to do, which is the expansion valve. It's been time where they used to be right there, easy access. Not anymore. Now you gotta open up that can of worm and go inside the car and deal with the evaporator and everything else. So I don't know, it's gonna cost a lot of money. Yeah, so we're gonna see what we're gonna do, but that's what it is. Yeah, yeah, everything is wet with metal shavings. All right, I'll talk to the customer, see what he wants to do. I mean, he has money, no doubt about it. Just want to make sure we'll do it right this time and get everything flushed out. All right, guys, I'll see if I have a follow-up. If I get the job, I'll try to take whatever I could from it, and we'll see. I hope the wobble can show. It's wobbly, but at the same time, I don't see no separation from the pulley itself. Abdullah, turn it off. Let me just see what's going on here. Here you go. So, when I look at the pulley, and I look at the two halves, and I look at this piece of rubber here, I don't see no separation from that side. For me to actually call this, it could be something internal. The thrust bearing on the crankshaft are probably worn out, and you have this in and out play coupled with the rotation of the crankshaft that produces that wobble. That's what I'm thinking. I could be totally wrong, but I would hate to spend the customer's money on assumptions. Right now, honestly, I am not convinced. I'm not convinced. I can't put a pulley on this car just based upon whims. I can't. I'm not sure. So we're not going to put a pulley on it. We're just going to leave it as it is until, if it is really that, it'll get worse and worse, and we'll see in the end. So if you're having a hard start or issues starting your car after you fill up the tank, most likely you have an issue with the purge solenoid, the evap purge solenoid. So that on this car right here, which is a GM engine, the V6 VVT engine here, where I got a 2010 GMC Terrain, it's going to be located behind the plenum, which is the intake manifold, right up in this spot right here. As you can see, I already unhooked the lines, but to get easy access, you may want to remove the throttle body, as I did right there, put it to the side. Then you get really easy access. I've seen many videos when people are trying to reach into here without doing this, and it's a pain. I mean, it takes literally 5 seconds to remove these bolts. And then you have plenty of access. That will be the connector right there, and that will be the line coming from the evap canister. So you will just have to depress this right here as that, and then pull back, and then you will listen. It's 10mm bolt holding it. As you can see right there, 10mm bolt right up in there, and that's about it. I mean, there's nothing to it. Just take the holes like I did right there. I mean, it's a quick job. Anyway, guys, that's all it was today. If I can find something else. Anyway, so this is the O2 sensor going back to the computer, and that's what we see once we take the tape off. And there goes the short. So